up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So I've been doing a lot of build testing on stream the last week in preparation of the Abyss of Dagath update coming in like 9 days. And we'll be doing lots of build videos this week about builds that are currently already good and are just getting buffed in the Abyss of Dagath update. So we'll be starting today with Trinity Prime with one of her amazing builds. So if you enjoy these types of videos, we're going to have lots of build videos, like basically a build video every day on this channel for the next week. And then of course when the new update comes out, I'll be dropping build videos like crazy because of all the changes. So if you enjoy these types of videos, build videos, synergies, all that stuff, make sure you're subbed to this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads and also start a live stream as well. I don't know if I'll be streaming Warframe tonight, but I'll definitely be live with Warframe the next, 2 days. So come stop by if you've not checked it out already. Alright, so let's get into it. The idea of this video and all the videos coming up is no Decaying Dragon Key. I have been doing level 10,000 with no Decaying Dragon Key. Also, if we making use of the new shield getting changes. Well, I mean, we can't really make use of them yet, but it's going to be in preparation of the new shield getting changes. So this build is the Energy Vampire Trin build, and it can kill level 10,000 enemies in one hit. Well, basically one hit. It can also AoE down at level 10,000 enemies, while also providing your teammates with invincibility through shield gating constantly. Basically, constant shield gate. Things you're going to be looking for on this build, lots of viral procs. We got the Bubonico, and I'll explain why the Bubonico is the viral procer of choice in a little bit here. So, the way this works, you basically just get viral procs on the enemies. You cast Mark for Death, and you cast Energy Vampire, and you blow up the entire wave. As you can see in the top right corner, I got some overshields from that. We're using the Energy Vampire Augment mod, Vampire Leech, which makes it where excess damage dealt to enemies is going to become basically overshields for us if it overflows our energy pools. Just showing how that works again, Viral proc the whole area, Mark for Death, then the 2, and then just nuke them all down. So that was like 1.3 million damage. And then this is actually technically a support frame, so keep that in mind. So just showing what we were doing there and how this stuff all comes together. The ability we're using from Helminth is called Marked for Death. If you've been playing this game for a while, you might remember this thing used to be like really, really crazy OP for a bit. And nowadays, there's a couple frames it's pretty good on, but this is basically one of the only frames it's actually still really good on. That's Trin. So the way this works, you mark an enemy. This will also work on enemies in Overguard, by the way, another reason this is really good. And it will stun them, and it will also make it where they are basically primed to become an AoE target. So any damage dealt to them will deal it to enemies in an area. It scales with strength, it scales with range. So with as much strength as we have on this crazy high strength build, it's 150% damage transferred to nearby enemies. Energy Vampire, her second ability, does true damage. This will go through Corpus shields and damage their health directly. This is true damage. It also is duration based, so if you have lower duration, it does more damage quickly. So you want low, like the lowest of the low duration you can get. We have literally 13% duration on this build. It also scales with power strength, and technically it will scale with viral procs too, because viral procs increase all damage types done to the enemy. This does percent health, so you can see how this is going. Percent health damage that bypasses armor and shields. Viral procs making all damage get increased. That's kind of the situation with this build. Link is actually useless on this build as we have a 1.5 second duration. The big thing here with shield gating will be Hildryn will be a later video. Trinity's 4 is going to be called Blessing, and it's going to give full restoration of shields and health. This will give you and your teammates a full shield gate, and with the changes, that can potentially be even more invincibility time. So, going over what the build is and the Archon shards, you want to have some casting speed on here so you can cast your second ability as quickly as possible. When you're surrounded by Thrax, surrounded by Eximus, the quicker you can cast these abilities, the quicker you can cast your 4 even, the better. So we got 2 casting speed shards on her. And everything else, just make sure it's not duration. You can throw on anything you want. You can even throw on more casting speed if you want to. We got 3 power strength shards for more energy vampire damage, and that's basically it. So going over the actual frame build here, again, we're going for power strength, and negative duration. So we've got overextended to make it where we've got more range. The range of Energy Vampire's pulses is affected by this, as is the range of Mark for Death. So overextended, giving us negative power strength, but plus range. If you want to just only focus on a single target, I guess you could technically take this off for even more damage. But yeah, Mark for Death, you can take out like 3 level 10,000s with this if you have range on the build. Blind Rage and Transient Fortitude are corrupted power strength mods, giving us a massive chunk of damage here. Blind Rage gives us 99% power strength, and Transient Fortitude gives us 55. And Blind Rage minus 55% efficiency, it actually doesn't matter because since we want negative duration, running Fleeting Expertise. This gives us minus 60% duration, but plus 60% efficiency. So our efficiency is it's still 105 even with Blind Rage maxed out on the build. Vampire Leech is the augment which will give us overshields when we hit an enemy with these pulses, or if we get enough energy from the pulses. So this will give us overshields constantly as long as we're casting our 2. It also works on our teammates as well. And, you know, we've got shields from this. We've also got shields from our 4. I've also got Arcane Aegis on here. This is one of the things in the build that might technically be considered getting nerfed after the patch. But we'll have to see how it actually works out. Because the way Arcane Aegis works right now, it constantly regens your shield even if you're getting shot at. And it gives you enough shield getting time where you just be invincible, basically. So with all this shield regen stuff, we have a good chance of proccing Arcane Aegis, even against high-level enemies. Molt Augmented on kill gives you increased power strength, so basically we're jamming so much power strength on here. Prime Sure-Footed, so you don't get knocked over. We have the Bubonico, so that kind of makes sense. And then we've also got Growing Power. Applying a status effect with a weapon gives you more power strength. Bubonico procs viral real quick, so that's going to be perfect for us. And Rolling Guard, just for a brief period of invincibility if we're literally surrounded by Thrax and Eximus, which you'll see in the footage. We'll get surrounded by Thrax and Eximus. Okay, so for the viral procer of choice, let's actually get some gameplay footage up, and then we'll start talking about the viral procer of choice. But it is the Bubonico on this build. It's a 10x viral build. There is no other procs besides just viral on here, because we don't care about anything besides viral. Prime Ammo Stock gives us massive magazine size. The alt fire mode on this has built-in viral, so we're just increasing our viral as much as possible here. Toxic Barrage, Frigid Blast gives us more viral, more status chance. Hell's Chamber for multi-shot. Multi-shot Riven, if you can get one of those, that'd be great. Also, some other good stats for a Riven would be status chance and fire rate, technically, if you're doing this. Also, this thing has infinite ammo, so negative ammo is totally free. That's actually one of the reasons why I'm using the Bubonico. Built-in viral and infinite ammo, and AoE, technically, too. Just as much status chance as possible, fire rate as much as possible. Modus set up when you land from a double jump, you will get increased status chance again. So yeah, lots of status chance here. And we've got Fractalized Reset after casting the ability, give 240% reload speed. So we'll basically be able to spam this thing like crazy. So the idea of the combo here, I'm just going to quickly show it, and I'll show it with unpaused enemies too, I guess. So let's hope I just don't insta-die, but this is technically how this build's supposed to work. So we go in there, we engage, we throw viral procs down. If we ever have our shield broken, then you want to cast your 4. Aegis proc there, so you can kind of see how you just jump in there and kill everything. If you at least have, presence of mind to be shield gating when you need to shield gate. If you see your shield go down, push that 4. That will work for your teammates too. So hopping into mission, really guys, the weapons don't matter besides your viral procer. Like, they really don't matter at all. You do not need any specific weapons for this besides a viral procer. So in this footage, I believe this is with the Epitaph in this footage, so... I would not recommend the Epitaph against Thrax specifically, because Thrax are affected by cold procs from the Epitaph that makes them turn to a ghost slower. Means you'll get less arcanes, honestly. Just takes longer to kill the Thrax if they turn to a ghost slower. So, yeah, Bubonico's a great choice for this, as you can just mindlessly spam it. And you don't need heat procs, you don't need blast procs, you don't need all that stuff. You just need viral procs only, because viral procs increase all damage done to the enemy. So here's 3 Thrax right here. I was talking about Mark for Death. Mark them for Death. All 3 Thrax are dead. So yeah, this can work. This can definitely work. And as stated earlier in the video, this build is just getting buffed. The only thing that might get nerfed about this build is Arcane Aegis, but really Arcane Aegis could technically get replaced, I suppose, in the end. So yeah, shield getting will be getting buffed. You could technically, we're a little bit high on the strength. You don't need as much strength I have on here, technically. So you could even go with some shield. This sounds crazy to me, but bear with me. Shield capacity shards after the change. The more shields you have after the Abyss of Dagath update, the longer shield get you'll have. And with Trin's 4, you fully restore your maximum shields. So I'm kind of thinking that could potentially be good in the future if this ends up working out the way I want it to. Now, do you want to sacrifice 30% power strength for like 250 more shields or whatever? Maybe, maybe not. If you can reliably get that, 3-second shield get, whatever, or 2.5-second shield get, whatever it ends up being, that might be good in the long run. But I mean, this squad right now, we got Revenant, we got Zephyr, we got Mag. Those are frames that can kind of like defend themselves good enough. So I'm just basically a DPS right now with a little bit of support. So that's the nice thing about Trin. Her 1 might not be the most useful ability, but that's what Helmuth exists for. Her 3 is literally not getting used on this build at all. It's all about her 2 and her 4. So I think this is great. So this is the first of 4 videos of frames that have good builds that are getting buffed in the Abyss of Dagath update. So Energy Vampire will give constant... look at my teammates right now. They got purple shield. A lot of them got purple shields. And if their shields ever go down, press 4, full shield gate. So I think it's really good. I think you should try it out. It makes Void Cascade really easy. I mean, this literally works on level 10,000. What level is that guy? Level 4,000? It does work on level 10,000. Let's see how close we are to that. Level 4,000, I just killed him with Energy Vampire. So you can see how this goes. It does not really work on Acolytes that well, to be honest. So be aware of that if fighting an Acolyte. Just killed level 7,400. And there might be times where you need to cast Energy Vampire twice. That's another reason why casting speed is so good. And that's going to really be up to, you know, experience. Experience will determine how quickly you can kill these Thrax. If you know when the Thrax is spawn. Spoiler, the Thrax likes to spawn in the corner, to be honest. Like right next to the Exilizer, it's the Thrax likes to spawn. And as I said earlier, true damage does go through true damage does go through shields and does go through armor. So this is just going to be complete easy mode kill on most enemies in the game, even on Corpus. So hope you guys found this video fun and helpful. I'll have another build video out tomorrow for another new build that's getting well, not new build. This build is actually, by the way, this build is really old. This build was basically around when I started playing the game in like 2014, and Mark for Death came around. I don't know, it was like 2020. So after Mark for Death got added, this was a build. This has always been a build, actually, but now just taking it even further, and it is technically getting buffed with a longer shield gate duration. So, no Decaying Dragon Key needed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Appreciate all support, and take it easy. Peace.